All right, let's talk about the unsung hero and sometimes the biggest villain of your home, the HVAC system. We're going to dive into why it works so hard, why it always seems to break down at the worst possible moment, and most importantly, how you can make smart, money-saving decisions when it does. Let's get right into it.
You know the feeling, right? It's the coldest night of the year, maybe a record-breaking low, or it's the most humid, sweltering day of the summer. And then, nothing, just silence. The furnace gives up. The AC is dead. It feels like the universe is playing a cruel joke on you, designed for maximum misery.
But what if I told you it has almost nothing to do with luck? Nope, the real reason your system fails at the absolute peak of extreme weather is that those are the moments it's pushed to its absolute breaking point. The real culprit isn't chance, it's the relentless stress of your local climate. This brings us to what we call the climate gauntlet. We're about to break down exactly how your specific location forces your home's most vital systems to fight for survival day in and day out. And we're going to use one of the toughest climates in the country as our example.
And look, this is not an exaggeration. A place like Chicago, wow. The unique mix of brutal cold, intense heat, and crazy humidity creates a perfect storm of stress. It's basically a nonstop assault that pushes HVAC equipment to its limits year after year.
100 degrees, just think about that. A 100-degree temperature swing. Imagine what that does to a machine. Your system has to battle sub-zero temperatures in the dead of winter and then completely pivot to fighting off 95-degree heat and soupy humidity in July. That massive range puts an incredible strain on every single part, from the big, heavy compressor all the way down to the tiniest little sensor.
And it's not just the temperature swing. Oh no, you've got those punishing Arctic winds that make your furnace run constantly just to keep up. Then, in the summer, you have that suffocating humidity. We're talking over 80% that makes your AC work overtime. And then you throw in wild lake effect weather, the extra heat bouncing off city concrete, and even corrosive salt air if you're near the water. Your system is under attack from all sides all year long.
So with all that constant stress, something's got to give, right? Breakdowns become inevitable. And these aren't just random accidents. They are predictable, common failures. So let's look at the most common ways these systems finally wave the white flag. First up, a classic summer nightmare. Your AC coils freezing into a solid block of ice. When that extreme humidity we just talked about hits a system with restricted airflow, and that's often just from a dirty filter, ice can build up shockingly fast. This completely chokes off the airflow and can do permanent damage to the heart of your AC, the compressor.
Now, in the winter, the danger gets way more serious. After about 15 years of expanding in the heat and contracting in the cold, over and over again, the metal heat exchanger inside your furnace can actually crack. This is a huge deal, a critical failure, because it can leak deadly carbon monoxide gas right into the air that's being blown through your house.
And what about those weird spring and fall days? You know, when it's freezing in the morning and warm in the afternoon. Well, when the temperature swings 30 or 40 degrees in a single day, your thermostat is going crazy, constantly switching between heat and AC. All that cycling wears out its brain, the control board and sensors, which can lead to it failing and your energy bills going through the roof.
And finally, all that humidity has another nasty little side effect. Your HVAC system creates a ton of condensation, sometimes gallons of it. In a humid place, that's the perfect breeding ground for algae and mold. That gunk can clog up your drain line, causing water to back up and end up causing some serious water damage inside your home. Okay, so we've seen the problems, and yeah, they're predictable and pretty serious. But now let's talk about the fix. This is the pro playbook. We're going to walk through what a modern professional service call should look like so you know exactly what to expect and can feel totally in control.
A truly professional service call should be simple and totally transparent. It really boils down to 3 steps. 1, your call gets answered anytime, 24/7, and a technician is sent out right away. 2, the tech finds the root cause, not just the symptom, and gives you a clear, flat-rate price right up front. No surprises, no hidden fees. And finally, 3, after the repair, they test the whole system to make sure it's fixed for good and back up their work with a warranty. It should be simple, fast, and take all the guesswork out of it for you.
But even with a clear diagnosis and a firm price, you're still facing the biggest question of all. Is it actually worth fixing this old machine, or is it time to just replace it? This is where so many homeowners get stuck. But luckily, there's a simple industry rule of thumb that can make this decision crystal clear. It's called the $5,000 rule, and it's the kind of practical, back-of-the-napkin math the pros use to help guide their customers. It's a really straightforward calculation that helps you avoid throwing good money after bad on a system that's on its last legs, especially one that's been beaten up by a harsh climate.
Here's how easy it is. You take the cost of the repair, and you multiply it by the age of your system in years. If that final number is more than $5,000, it's time to replace. Simple as that. So for example, a $400 repair on a 15-year-old furnace, that comes out to $6,000. That's a clear sign to replace it. But say a $250 repair on a 10-year-old AC unit, that's $2,500. In that case, a repair makes perfect financial sense.
Now, of course, to use that rule, you need to have a realistic idea of how long your equipment is supposed to last. In a really tough climate, a furnace might make it 18 to 20 years, but an air conditioner, it sits outside taking a beating from rain, snow, and sun. It's usually only going to last about 12 to 15 years. Knowing these numbers is totally crucial for making that age part of the equation accurate. And remember why this decision matters so much. It's not just about trying to avoid another repair bill. A brand new, high-efficiency system can use 15 to 20% less energy than your old clunker. That means real, immediate savings on your utility bills, month after month. That savings should absolutely be part of your repair or replace calculation. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. It's not a matter of if the next brutal heat wave or polar vortex is coming, it's just a matter of when. But now you understand the forces that are working against your system, and you have the tools to be proactive. So, is your home ready?